Hello, this is Stefan with Warm Inside. Welcome.
Funny thing happened on the way to Uranus. Oh, it's a butt plug joke. Relax. So, again, this is the A-bomb. If you haven't seen it before, it's on my store. About a 6-inch girth. This is a it's an 0050, I bet. I'd have to look up the docs, but to make sure. This one was a glowing one. It is beautiful, except that. Let's see if we can see that. This makes it a trash no-go. I wanted to explain to you what happened, maybe help somebody else out. Because of the nature of my handmade and the fact that I'm not really measuring things when I make these. I mean, the things that are sensitive, so like the silicone mixture, definitely measured, double checked, triple checked. We know that it's a 1-to-1 on the smooth on products we use by weight or by volume. So those have to be right. They are right. Things like color, we have a slight variation, right? I mean, I just dip it in there, pull out as much as I want based on the volume that I'm doing, mix it in and decide if I like it. This one, the green color, obviously Silk Pig green, really beautiful color. You can see my hands are a little wet, so that's what that is, water from just trying to get the object nice and shiny before I put it on video. But what I was also adding was glow powder, the green glow powder, glowworm by Smooth On. And you do that as an approximation of weight. I made a number of toys, and unfortunately they didn't glow as bright as I would like. So this one I decided to get a little heavier, and this thing glows amazing. I mean, I will try and get a couple screenshots and kind of put them in their stills. It's going to be really hard to make a video of it glowing, but maybe we'll see. But what happened is the weight of the glow powder is heavy enough that it settles. So if you have too much or pour this too soon, I've seen both, right? You can get this. And what happens here is this is the powder has settled along there. And when it first pulls out before I boil it and clean it, this one's been cleaned and boiled, there's actually, you can feel the grit of the powder. So it sits in the mold like this. The weight will, or the powder will drip down or settle down into these areas, right? Lucky enough, this didn't happen down here at all. I mean, it doesn't really matter for this one. It's trash. It's a failure. We'll eat it, move on, learn. So one of my two things that I want to give you tips on this when using the glow powder, glowworm by Smooth On, or probably any glow powder. That's the only one I really use, or the only one I do use at all right now. I've looked into some additional products, but I have not liked the way they glow. First of all, make sure you're not putting too much, which is hard because if you don't put enough, you don't get a good solid glow. Second of all, what I would suggest is keep mixing your silicone until the last possible minute of pot life. That way it's gelled up a little bit and it will prevent this settling, right? It will hold it impregnated in the silicone, where this was not at all. It was actually sitting on the mold and was not impregnated, and when I ran my hands around it, I could actually pull off the grains of glow. But we check all our items. Again, never ship it. It's not a problem as far as customer concerned, but it definitely is a concern for cost and quality, right? I'm ashamed that right was made, but the good news, we stopped it before it went out. So again, when using Smooth On glowworm, consider, especially with these thin like 0030, 0050, EcoFlex, consider how much you put in there very carefully, your volume. I think this was probably only, trying to think, probably less than 10% volume by weight when I put it in. I could almost guarantee that again, I don't give exact measurements, but I can eyeball it, and I've done it enough that I can kind of feel. And I kind of knew it was a little heavy when I put it in, but I was hoping that I could get away with it. Again, I wanted an amazing glow, and this thing does glow amazing. But the other thing I know that I didn't do is I was in a hurry and I was trying to do multiple objects. And so I did not wait to pour this until the last minute of the pot life. And then that would have saved me, you know, I'm gonna eat the cost of the silicone. It's trash. And I mean, given the nature of what it is and how it is, I don't even think I can chunk it and use it for chunks for building another mold. Maybe I can solve it. But whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's lost money, lost time, lost revenue, and just a bummer, right? I mean, I like to have quality products. I like to make sure that they come out perfect, and I like to make sure that my customers don't get anything that I wouldn't be happy to receive myself, right? So this, again, this would never ship, but the lesson here is make sure that when you are using glowworm, that you first trying to get better light here, but I can't really seem to. First, make sure that you are not oversaturating it, right? Making sure it's too much as far as weight to volume ratio. And again, that changes. It changes based on the density of the silicone you're using, you know, how much it's going to hold and withdraw, how long it's been in the pot life, right? I mean, if you push it right to that edge, and sometimes I even push it a little bit probably past the edge with the pot life, then I don't have these problems, right? And so just keep that in mind. The glowworm's very expensive, the silicone's pretty expensive, and all in all, you'll just be better off if you keep those things in mind. And hopefully, my point of making this video is saving you some time, saving you some money, making things better for everybody, and just sharing with the community, right? I'm obviously looking at my video content and whatever it is. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to have fun, to share, to learn. That's why I do the toys that I do. I just enjoy being an artist and sharing my art with the world, and this is part of my art. So enjoy, have a blast. I wish you an amazing day, and thank you for your time. He's talking about trying to get a little picture of this thing glowing. Unfortunately, it's not quite dark enough in here. It's not quite charged all the way, but you can definitely see the glow.